Hi, welcome. This is part 5 of our 5-part series on embracing transformation. And this 5th one has 5 cards we're going to lay out, and it's really called the Embracing Transformation Spread. And the overall, like I said, story arc, if you've gone back to watch the first 4, please do. If you can handle it, sitting through all of those base readings and extendeds, they're all out there by now. And the overall story arc of the whole thing is from resistance to acceptance. That's where we've been, that's where we're going, and we're somewhere on that journey. And so this 5th reading says it's focusing on integration and embodiment of new growth. And it weaves together past, present, and future energies to offer clear steps for embracing your highest self. All right, so let's get started. By the way, I had a really meditative day. I'm feeling really good. I was able to feel a lot of energies today in my clients. I feel like I transmuted a bunch, I don't know, and now I'm revitalized. And I got to be somebody's very first massage. And I take great like humility and honor in that, and it just fills me with joy when I get to spend those extra few minutes describing like just all about it so that they feel comfortable that everything is normal, everything is accepted. Use your voice, speak up, you have agency in here. Like it's just and they were a young adult, like very young, and so I just take great honor for that. Like I don't even know what to call it. I think it's humility, and just makes me so happy. So it was a great day, and they had a great experience. They said, because I said, if you hate this massage, we were joking around, don't be put off of it for good, because you just got to find your right fit. And then at the end, she's like, no, it was great. I was like, okay. So it was awesome. Anyway, that's just kind of the energy I'm coming in here with. It's just very, very at peace, very cleansed, very open. So thank you for being here. Where am I now on my transformation journey? We have the 5 of Pentacles. There where you can see it. We'll put it up here. And then we have, what belief or habit must I surrender? Funny how these guys keep coming around, huh? What spiritual gift is being revealed? Wow. How can I stay grounded during this shift? These are so obvious. I love it. Oh my God. What vision am I stepping into? Wow. Okay. We're going to do a past, present, future spread, since that's what this is saying it's all about. I'm sorry, I ate like these sweet potato chips and they're like still stuck in my teeth. One moment. They're so good though. Oh my God, so good. And the best part is my husband doesn't like sweet potatoes, so they were all mine. Okay, what I'd like to do is I'm going to start with a quick clarification for these overall energies. Oh, why did I say that? I kind of want to wait for the extended on that, but we'll see. Okay, so where am I now in my transformation journey? 5 of Pentacles. We're still in this state of, not all of us, but a big majority of us are still in a state of like feeling, like you're in lack, you're in scarcity. There's a little bit of a temporary lack of gratitude here. We can't see what's all the good stuff around us. We're just focused on the kind of the challenging feelings. And that's what change is. They bring about those feelings pretty readily. So this is totally fine. We don't need to make ourselves feel worse that we're here. the cool part is, look at this key. There's a key to this door, but this person's head is down. They just don't see it, that there's a way. They're not trapped in this room. There's a key right there. They can lift up their head and look and walk through. So this is a very temporary energy, and it's totally fine that this is where we are now on this transformation journey, because it's getting better. So the next one is, what belief or habit must I surrender? This is the one where we feel like we have to block out the outside world, which also keeps us blocking out our intuition. And so this is that habit that it's almost like an over boundary, like you want to set boundaries, but it's like, whoa, this is like a brick wall kind of energy. And it also keeps this person all in their thoughts, their angst, their worries, because it's swords, and they have the blindfold on. They're just blocking everything out to try to get to their sense of peace, which ultimately that's a good intention, is to get to peace, to get to calm, to get to your inner sanctuary, but it's like a brick wall kind of energy. And so that's kind of what we must surrender. And then we have, what spiritual gift is being revealed? The Ten of Swords. I love this card because it's a new day is dawning. So oftentimes the Ten of Swords is depicted in the classic deck with like this person literally almost dead on the ground with 10 swords stuck in their back, and it's by their own doing. This is like self-harm with the thoughts, because swords are all of the mind. And kind of those self-defeating thoughts that we have, and the negative self-talk and the negative stories. Yet when they look out, there's like a sunrise on the horizon. So it's a new day is dawning, and they usually have this blessing symbol they're making with their fingers. So they're like, I'm treating this as a blessing because I'm healing from this, and I'm going to rise again. And so this is that spiritual gift of like resurrection of the spirit. Okay. How can I stay grounded during this shift? The Queen of Cups is surrender. Look at that. She's like, got a crown above her head. It's almost like a halo. And what's interesting, it's like she's half underwater, or maybe she's all underwater, because Queen of Cups is full on water, intuition, compassion, this inner strength of spirit. And so how can you stay grounded? Just surrender whatever is keeping you from being grounded. And grounded, again, I keep talking about this because I feel like in these spiritual circles, it's like everybody's like, oh, you got to get grounded. You got to stay grounded. You got to ground yourself. Have you done your grounding? But nobody really describes exactly, at least what I've seen or heard, what it is practically. And I'm like a practical kind of person, at least I used to be. And so I'm like, well, yeah, like make it real, make it tangible. And I feel like grounding is whatever practice you have, whatever, because some people are very literal, like, oh, you got to visualize a protective bubble. You got to visualize a white light. Or a purple light. You got to visualize, like it's a lot of visualizing. Your feet going into the earth. Pretend your legs are tree trunks, and like you're extending your grounding cable through to the Mother Earth. I've literally said all these things with clients, so I'm like mocking myself. But it's like a lot of visualization. Well, a lot of us aren't visual, right? I'm still getting there. It's hard for me to be really visual. And like, I need to have a felt sense. I need it to be in my body. What does grounding mean? Well, first step, literally put your feet on the ground. It'd be great if you weren't wearing shoes. And it'd be great if there was the real earth beneath your feet. But we can't always have that, right? And so this is, this way of, a lot of us are so in our minds. That's what being human is. We are in the ego state. And our life's journey, the spiritual journey, is oftentimes about dissolving the ego, or at least harmonizing it so that you're not enemies with it. You're not resisting it, and it's not resisting you, and therefore making attachments. And so to ground, it literally means like calming the mind and feeling into the body, feeling the weight of your body, feeling sensations, bringing awareness to this dense object we have to move through this world with. Ground in. Because a lot of times we're all up here and we don't even realize what sensations we're having in our body. So if you want to get practical about it, grounding is simply bring awareness into the body. And that will bring you anchoring into the present moment. And that's how I think of grounding. Tell me how you think of grounding. You can even get woo-woo with it. I love some woo-woo. Like I was saying, it can be visualization, it can be storytelling, it can be whatever you want. But a lot of us who have like trouble understanding grounding, maybe it's anchoring into the body a little more. And so that's what she's doing, is she's like, I surrender all of this. Just take it, and then you can drop right in, ground in. Okay, what vision am I stepping into? And we have the Lovers. And what this is, it's first of all, yes, it can be love for everything. It's love first. You're shining your light of love. Just love, love, love. I mean, that's the ultimate, isn't it? But also what I think of the Lovers is, like doing away with instant gratification. I don't know why, but there's something about the instant gratification energy that comes from this card. And it's like, what am I stepping into? I don't need that anymore. Like, I feel timeless. I don't feel rushed. I don't feel attached to things. I don't feel like I need to grasp or own or cling to. And the Lovers is just like, I am made of pure love. I send it out. I receive it. I want for nothing else. And so that's the vision you're stepping into. So with that, instead of clarifying right away, let's get to the reading, because we're already 11 minutes in. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Past, present, future in a spiral. Let's do the spiral because it's transformation. Okay. Page of Pentacles. The Devil. Had a song playing in my Spotify playlist today and I can't get it out of my head. Can you guys see this? Okay. I'm going the wrong... No, I'm going this way. Pay attention. Two of Swords. God, I would love those confirmations. And we've got another 5, 4 Pentacles. Ooh. Let's do an overall. Another page. Interesting. Okay. So this is, like I said, this past, present, future energies that offer clear steps for embracing your highest self. And like, this is all about integrating. We're in step 5 of the 5-part series. So this is the culmination, which is, you think about this journey, it's really about integrating it and grounding it into your daily life. So with that, we have the Page of Cups, which is, found this one recently too. There's a message of a new start, a new spiritual beginning. And look how just joyful, happy, he's his happy, weird self. Like, he doesn't care what people think. He is youthful. He's flowing, like all that intuition. And those waves aren't bothering him at all. Like, things come and go. There's a weird old fish in his cup. There's abundance. That tends to signify like there's abundance. And he's just joyful. He's being his best self. And he doesn't care about appearances anymore. He's like, oh, just wear whatever I want. Right? So in our present energy, we have the Page of Pentacles. Another page. The gift, they bring a message or a gift of a fresh, solid beginning. So not only do we have the fresh, solid beginning in our earthly existence, in our material world, we have another message or gift of a new spiritual beginning as well. So that's literally like this flow, this grounding in the spiritual to our physical reality. It's like the definition of integration. So it's amazing that we've got these 2 pages right in these placements. We have the Devil right below that in our immediate, in the present subconscious, or what we're maybe not seeing. And so the devil is, I think, gosh, that's like the journey of the integration. The devil's always there during times of integration. And integration, I've described it before, it's like it really is grounding in the spiritual into the physical, because we can be all like, oh, I just want the good feelings, and then real life is happening and you're like, I'm torn between two worlds. Like, I'm this like open and enlightened spiritual being, and now I'm back in the real world and I'm dealing with this heavy body and these emotions and feelings and the world and the news and family, and so it's this constant marrying up of these worlds so that we have one world, one reality. And the devil is always there saying, hey, you want to slip back into your self-sabotaging behaviors? Come over here. And so there's a constant like orienting back to truth and what your alignment with your highest self and your purpose, and you knowing that you don't want to turn back to be all up here again. So there's these people which kind of mimic the lovers, the kind of male female characters here, chained up. So it's keeping them chained to like destructive behaviors is kind of how I read it, or self-sabotaging behaviors. So this is what's in our, maybe like what we may not see as part of in our current state. And so it's something to keep shining a light on during this phase of integration. And I feel like integration is really just a phase. It's like, or it's a really long phase a lot of times. And so then let's go into the immediate, the present state, conscious state. So we have the Two of Swords, which is funny because that came up with what belief or habit must I surrender? Well, this is in the placement of your current beliefs. So this is saying, surrender this closed off, defensive, brick wall kind of boundary way of being in the world, and tap into your intuition, which is you're basically speaking with your higher self. And then in the immediate past, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is kind of what's led up to this point, and these cycles of opening and closing during this embracing transformation, which again is a spiritual kind of journey. There's this constant, it really is a constant opening and then contracting back down, integrating and opening, but always leveling up, ideally. And so that's kind of the cycles we've been on that have led to this fresh, grounded start. And then if we take it into the past subconscious, or what we may not have been seeing, is like there's things were moving, we felt really slow about it. And oh my God, for pretty much like, I feel like all last year and part of the prior year too, like heavy integration periods, this was me. If I had a picture, if you looked at a tarot and you're like, which one's EJ? It'd be this one. Like, are we there yet? I feel like I've planted all these seeds. Sorry for the noise. Nothing's growing as fast as I wanted to grow. Like, when are the gifts coming? When are the revelations coming back? When are my downloads coming back? Like, what are like the good parts of awakening, the good parts of this process? And so oftentimes too, with like embracing transformation, and again, it's a spiritual journey, there's this like, are we there yet? This is hard. There's like this, almost the spiritual exhaustion can set in. Like it's almost like a clinging, like you want it so badly. He's like, are we there yet? And so that leads us to present day, the devil, where it's like, be careful with that energy. This is the slippery, that's energy of like, don't just want the good stuff, the spiritual bypassing that can sometimes happen. It's tricky energy. So there's some sort of acceptance we need to come into of just, okay, that's the phase I'm in. I'm going to try to be cool with it. I'm not going to try to fight it or resist it or be like impatient with it, because it can lead to dipping back into like distractions. Anyway, that's what's coming up for me. I know I took this to the spiritual journey because embracing transformation, I feel like we've gone through the first 4 parts of these readings about how to deal with the cycles of change, and I feel like that is the spiritual journey. It's constantly like letting go of resistance and moving towards acceptance, and that's a spiritual path. So maybe this is going to be a really big spiritual reading. And then we have, in our past conscious state, we were just focusing on the lack, which is exactly the 5 of Pentacles as well, which is, where am I now in my transformation journey? This is where we've been leading up to now. And this lack has led us to just blocking everything out, just like trying so hard to get somewhere, like trying so hard to tap into your higher self that you're kind of blocking that energy away by the clinging. And this is attachment as well. I'm just attached to the lack, to the spilled cups, when I have so much abundance right behind me. Just like I can walk through this door, I can turn around and look at these full cups and see my way home. Let's go into the future state. We have the 4 of Pentacles, which is feeling very grounded, very stable with this new start. It's very hilarious that we got this. I mean, it's perfect. So it's, it's a solid new beginning. And it's not all like, wee, all of like if we would have gotten the High Priestess here, it would have been like, oh, I'm so into my intuition. I'm just like so spiritual. This is the most grounded energy. Like, boom, look, it's even symmetrical. The Pentacles are the most grounded energy in tarot. The 4 means stability. So literally we've got whoosh, we've dropped in. And what a good feeling. That's like, when you embrace transformation and get super grounded, like nothing can rock your boat, like you're solid. And then in the future subconscious state, what's neat below the surface is we are in flow. We're in a flow state. The King of Cups is like, he's got his inner power. Kings are so powerful, and he's flowing. He's floating on this water. On his throne is floating. And so he acts out of compassion at all times. He has everyone's best interests in mind and in heart. And he's just like, nothing bothers him. Oh. And then in the future conscious state, we have the Ace of Wands. This is the divine gift of purpose. I can't make this up, you guys. This reading is off the charts. So yeah. Now, what I'd like to do, let's pull an oracle card for y'all, for those of you not coming over to the extended. For those of you coming over to the extended, we're going to clarify all of this. At least all the ones we're really curious about. So, for the embracing transformation, I really feel like, what do we feel like? I mean, each of these beauties has their own energy. And what I really like to do is pull a mystical shaman oracle card. I was thinking archetypes, but we already went there during the depths of this 5-part series. Now I want some shaman energy to to take us between worlds, lower world, this world, upper world. There's, in the shaman tradition, there's this flow between worlds that we can, as shaman, has access to all those worlds. And that's what this is, like lower, upper, current. So yeah, feels aligned. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, I bent my cards. They're a little sticky today. Which one wants to come out? Hold on. the owl. First of all, is that one card? 39. You guys, I just was listening to a podcast where they were talking about the significance of the numbers 39. I think they said 369, but 39 has always been a favorite number of mine. Where's my book? Where's my book? And the owl, I just have to tell you, I'm an owl. I like the big picture. I like to survey my surroundings. I like to take it all in before I make a decision. The owl. The essence. Owl is the master of the night. She can see situations with perfect clarity, more so when it is dark, and is able to discern truth when others are sightless. She helps you find your light and your lightness in the darkest moments of your life, and to embrace the night as your ally. Owl can bring you messages from the invisible world. She opens your ears so that you may hear the voices of the ancestors, and you may acquire their wisdom and make it your own. The invitation. Look around you, notice every detail, and find the hidden messages brought to you by Owl. Do not shoot the messenger. Be grateful to the friend who shows you what you have not wanted to see until now. Observe all the facets of the diamond without judgment. Remember that the facets you dislike are often mirrors of the part that you do not want to recognize. Do not be afraid of the truth, as it will become your compass. That's an important part of the integration journey, is really a lot more of that trigger work or shadow work, through constantly orienting through curiosity to just say, ooh, what's that? What's that all about? And not running away from it. It's like orient to it, go into it. Those are portals. I think I just did a voice journal this morning on some of that. So that's what that's saying, is the facets you dislike are often the mirrors of the part of you that you do not want to recognize. And the owl sees into the dark and is like, I'm going to keep swiveling my head around to look exactly there and heal it. Question it through curiosity. Don't run away from it. The medicine. Owl guards against self-deception and insists that your motives be pure and transparent to all. What is the message that you are not hearing? The situation you are not seeing with clarity? Owl invites you to wait patiently. Bide your time until it is right to act. Then do so decisively with no hesitation or remorse. Ooh, I love that. So we're going to put this over here with our overall energy. And thank you for being here. Follow me over to the extended, wherever that link to the video is. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this 5-part series. And thank you, ChatGPT, for laying out the placement of the cards. And thank you, Spirit, for dropping the cards in to those placements. That's how I see this working. And tends to feel pretty good, like pretty darn, synchronous. Just right? I don't know. So thank you again. I really appreciate you being here. Bye.